Hold on, Caro, hold on.
Tony,
So many Shambas to shape. Welcome.
To Shamba Shape Up.
We have traveled all over East Africa to find hard-working farmers.
We want to celebrate them while giving them the knowledge they need.
So they can adapt and make their farms more productive even while the climate changes.
We want to support them to get better yields and increase their income.
We will see how farmers can benefit from our experts' advice.
While learning from each other in so many ways.
Join us on these journeys and share in the farmers' experiences
on the Shamba Shape Up Safari. Hey, Tony, that's a butter just so. Are you sure this is the right route to the Shamba?
Yes, definitely, Caro. You see, the Shamba is right here. Then we go across this stream. If we get across that stream...
Tony, right? I am going back. I'm going back.
Hello, Tony. The Shamba is here.
Welcome to Shamba Shape
Up.
This week, we are in the foothills of the Aberdares in Miharati in Nyandarua.
My name is Gatimu John. I'm 28 years old. I've been into farming for the last 3 years, specializing in crop farming and a bit of dairy farming. From school, I learned a lot about farming. Then from home, I could see what my parents are doing. So all that gave me a passion.
John!
Tony!
Good to see you, John.
Good to see you too.
A young farmer.
I'm shocked. He's so young. What plans do you have for the future?
In dairy farming, in the next 5 years, I want to be a farmer who will be milking cows and getting the highest number of milk.
Wow, that's wonderful.
That is good. And John, I've just been wondering, are you alone?
What do you mean, is he alone?
No, of course I know the other members in the homestead.
Yes.
Do you have a helper?
What are you getting at?
Are you married?
You should have just asked
Yes,
that.
so John, are you married?
I'm not married now, but maybe in the future, in the next 1 or 2 years, I'll be having some support.
So now if you'll allow us, we
Yes.
need to pitch our tent.
Yes.
Then we'll get back to you
Oh,
later.
thank you so much.
Okay,
All right.
all right.
Yeah.
See you later.
All right. Okay. The main thing as to why I came into farming is try to bring about new ideas, new way of doing things with an aim of bringing improvements with what has been happening before to what I want to happen in the future.
It is the soils that feed the crops a farmer grows. John wants to grow potatoes as a cash crop, but without knowing the conditions of his soils, he won't know what his crops need. Crop Nuts tested John's soils a few days ago, and now they're here with the results.
From your results,
Yes.
you can see that the total nitrogen was low.
Okay.
We advise you to use NP 2323. You can only apply 1.5 bag
Yes.
per acre.
For us here, we use DAP.
Yeah, most of the farmers go and buy fertilizer
Right.
simply because they didn't do a soil test.
Yes. Then it means I've been doing the wrong thing because I've been applying a lot of DAP on my farm. All right.
Yes.
To blessing, we do CAN.
So how much did you apply last time of CN?
I applied 2 bags of CAN.
I
Yes.
recommend you to only use 40 kgs.
Only.
Yes, per acre.
Isn't it too little?
No, that
Yes.
is what your soil needs. If you spend more money buying a lot of fertilizer, that
Yes.
is a waste.
Okay.
We want you to get more
Right.
out of the inputs you are going to apply. So, Mr. Gatimu,
Yes, Mr.
on
Mai.
your best season,
Yes.
how many bags do you harvest of 50 kg?
40 bags per half an acre.
We expect you to get 120 or 50 kgs.
Too high.
You can get that one when you follow our recommendations.
Okay.
Yes.
With that information, John is confident he can grow potatoes aiming for a big harvest. Weeds can be a challenge to farmers. They can cause massive losses, but there are ways you can protect yourself.
Being myself on the farm and maybe my parents, we can't manage to do all the labor and all the works at the farm on our own. We have to hire laborers from outside to come and help work. That incurs a lot of cost.
Our good friend Emmanuel Langat, a crop expert, is here to help John with his farming challenges. What are you planning with this particular area?
Yes, I've just planted maize. I'm planning to have it for silage for the dairy.
This is fodder,
Yes, fodder.
maize.
Yes.
Any challenges with that?
Over and over, I've been having a challenge of dealing with weeds, costing me a lot of money.
Really? It's that expensive to control
Very
weeds?
expensive. In an acre, I've been spending Approximately 5,000.
That's a lot of money, isn't it,
that
Emmanuel?
is a lot of.
What's the danger of weeds?
So weeds, they cause a lot of damages on the crop. They compete with the crop.
Yes.
And by doing so, they cause stress to the crop. One is by taking up the nutrients in the soil. They compete for the nutrients. The second thing, they will compete for water. That will lead eventually to water stress of the crop, affecting the growth of that crop.
Okay, that I didn't know that.
So it is essential for us to control the weeds. And
Yes.
by doing so, we have solutions for that. That is by use of chemicals
All right.
to control the weeds,
Okay.
avoiding disturbance of the soil. The products we have in terms of weed control, they can give you up to 3 months to 4 months in terms of total weed-free field.
Wow.
We have two categories of weeds.
Yes.
We have the broad-leaved weeds
All right.
and we have the grass weeds.
Okay.
So for the broad-leaved weeds, it should not be more than 6 leaves in terms of the growth stage.
Yes.
So you need to control the weeds before that point.
Yes.
And also for the grass weeds,
Yes.
at 4 leaf stage, you need to control the grass weeds.
All right.
So timing is key.
Since I'm now going to change from weeding to applying herbicides, I'm happy that it's going to save on the cost. So I would like my expert to explain to me the cost of now maintaining the weeds on that 1 acre of land compared to the cost I've been using when weeding.
You said you spend 5,000
Yes,
per acre.
yes.
Is that for the entire period or for just one weeding?
That is a one weeding cost.
And how many times do you weed?
I weed 3 times at least in a
or
season.
in a season?
Yeah.
So the cost for you is around 15,000
15,000.
for the entire season.
Yes.
From the products we are going to look today,
Yes.
it gives you up to 3 to 4 months
Yes.
control.
Wow.
For 1 acre, roughly, the
Yes.
highest you can go is around 4,500.
Yes.
So that means it will be less than what you spend per acre per one weeding.
All right. I think I'm convinced about using your products.
Okay.
I want to start with the pre-emergent product. That is the product that you use immediately you plant. When there is enough moisture on the soil,
Yes.
this is the product you will go for. And the product is Primagram Gold.
Okay.
So Primagram Gold, you use it immediately after you plant,
Yes.
when there is no weed,
Yes.
when the field is weed-free. Because I know you use knapsack.
Yes.
The rate is 300 mils.
All right.
300 ml in 20
liters of water.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
When spraying herbicides, always have your protective clothing. Spray when the weather is calm with no rain. Move at a speed of 1 meter every second without swinging the sprayer, and always hold the sprayer 50 centimeters from the ground. For herbicides, remember to use a wide nozzle. Why is speed essential in the spraying?
When you walk fast
Yes.
and swinging, you will miss some spots.
Yes.
So that means you will not get a good
Coverage.
of the field.
Okay.
The other thing, when you go slow, you will lose a lot of the product. So that means in terms of cost as well, it will be high.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
For my case, we do planting during the dry season, awaiting the rains. So would you advise me to apply the chemicals immediately after I plant when it's dry?
One of the critical conditions for you to get control from the herbicide is the moisture.
Yes.
The moisture needs to be sufficient. So when you are doing the early planting, we have another solution.
Yes.
So you will go for early post-emergence
Yes.
product.
All right.
What is early post-emergence?
Early post-emergence is
Yes.
a product you use as soon as the weed starts germinating. So maybe you've done the planting and the rains are not there, so
Yes.
that means the soils will not be moist.
Right.
So by the time the rains come, the weeds have already sprouted, because we know weeds normally emerge earlier than the crop we've planted.
Yeah.
For maize, for that case. So this is the product you will go for. Lumax.
Yes.
And in terms of rate of application, 400 ml per 20 liter of water.
You're taking care of the farmer either when he's doing dry planting or when the rains are there.
Yes.
Herbicides are doing wonders, because when it comes to weeding, you have to do a very tedious job, incur cost, and after all that, you're not going to control the weeds well. But when you do the herbicides, they're working so well for the farmers, and it saves on the cost of doing farming.
John and his family are keen on their dairy farming, and their herd is growing, but the calves need housing as he concentrates on growing fodder to expand his milk business. Time for a shape up.
Windy, humid, precipitation, chances of rain. What does all this mean?
What my parents used to do, they could rape a lot from farming. But after 2 or so years of farming, there was a climate change. From my own perspective, it has hit me hard.
Paul Morage from the Kenya Meteorological Department is a weatherman and the right person to help us understand what's going on and how we can adapt to the ever-changing weather patterns.
For a farmer, water is very basic.
Very important.
Yes. And going around the farm, we've seen rainfall
Right.
is scarce. Like now, it's so hot.
So hot.
When was the last time it rained?
3 months ago, we had some good rain. But now from there up to now, it has been not consistent.
Not consistent. So it
Yes.
will rain this week,
Then,
stay another 5-10 days.
yes.
All right.
Yes.
And how has this affected you as a farmer?
It has hit me hard because once it fails to rain, the crops will definitely dry up. There's no progress after that.
Now what we are describing is the impact of climate change. You get a very heavy downpour, then followed by consecutive dry days.
Prepare for erratic rains by water harvesting on the farm. Install gutters and tanks, and if your land is on a slope, direct the runoff water into water pans.
I know people always predict rain.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you were to ask your dad, so how do you predict rain? And I'm sure he's going to say, oh, I'll face Mount Kenya, or I'm going to see some particular birds, and I know it's going to rain. You as John,
Yes.
how do you predict rain?
I've been relying on information from Shamba.
Shamba,
Yes.
you're digital.
I'm digital in a way.
So how has it helped you?
They have been telling me the times that it's going to rain, then I can plan when to plant. Right?
How do they do it?
They just told me there's going to be some rain from this day to this day.
It's also good that you are saying you are getting the forecast and it is projected for a week. The essence of us here is to simplify that forecast and for you to be utilizing it for the benefit of your farm.
Right.
Because when we say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it will be dry. And because, John, you are a livestock farmer,
Yes.
and I have seen that you have maize for silage,
Yes.
you can harvest them and allow it for 3 days to be on the farm so that it dries up. Another utilization of it is for spraying.
Right.
We don't want you, John, to spray and then it's washed away.
Right.
Because that is a loss. You may like now to hire casual labor. And if you get that weekly forecast that it will be raining in the afternoon, employ people up to lunchtime.
Right.
Then tell them to go home because you don't want them, you are paying them and they are not working.
Well so, Mr. Morage,
Yes, hello.
what are we doing? Are we doing acrobatics today? We're going to juggle the balls. What's going to happen here?
No, I carried this for demonstration.
Okay.
Weather forecast is not 100%. If I pick one and I see there is a 60% chance
Right.
it will rain, there is also 40% chance it might not rain.
Right.
And this is why we call for diversification. That's why I'm so impressed by you. You have maize.
Yes.
I have seen you have some flowers.
Yes.
You have some livestock.
Right.
You can see some chicken there. So diversification is when you don't just do one crop.
Yeah.
Because if it feels that we are talking in the area of climate change, you are done.
You're done.
Does that make sense? Let's simplify it.
Mixed farming helps you prepare for high or low chance of rain. Crops that require little rain will do well if the rains are low, and high-yield crops will cover you should the rains be high. And if the rains fail, then livestock will help keep the farm going.
So maybe let's do this practically.
Yes.
I am the weather.
Okay.
So the weather doesn't know how it's going to come down. So there I am, blindfolded. Here we go.
In the bowl, there are 10 green balls and 10 red balls, meaning an equal chance of rain or no rain.
Wow, some rain.
So here we go again. There you are.
Rain too.
You need to utilize climate and weather information. For today it will rain,
Yes.
take advantage,
Yes.
harvest that one.
Right.
The second day it rains, harvest that one.
All right.
Yes.
Just to make us understand this further,
Right.
let's reduce the chances of rain.
Okay.
So maybe we remove how many?
6.
balls? 6?
Yep.
All right. So 6 balls are out. All right, here we go. There goes.
No rain.
No rain,
Yes.
All right. There we are.
no rain.
No rain too.
Third one. No rain.
No rain.
When the forecast predicts higher chances of no rain, prepare your farm activities for dry days.
Very insightful and very much helpful.
Be climate resilient. Use the weather forecast.
Coming up after the break.
John gets to learn about a new smart way of tilling land for his potato crop, and he finally gets help with making his meals.
Welcome back to Shamba Shape Up.
Even the cows need protection from the weather.
Kamau is moving fast with the shape up, looking good.
Welcome to the Shamba Shape Up Farming News for Kenya. Today, we are going to have a look at the seasonal forecast for Kenya's March to May rains. As you know, the March to May period is when most of the country has its long rains. Now let's get into the details. As shown on the map, the total rains expected across the country will be below average between March and May. This means we'll see less rains than what we've gotten on average over the past years. Southeastern counties will get rains in the first to second week of April. The rains here will stop in the second to third week of May. This includes counties such as Kitui, Makueni, and Machakos. At the moment, there is not enough information to say when rains will start in northeastern and eastern counties such as Marsabit, Wajir, Mandera, and Garissa. In the west, Central and South Rift Valley, Western and Nyanza regions, rains will begin in the third to fourth week of March and continue up to the month of June. This spans from West Pokot, Bungoma, Baringo to Kisumu, Kisii and Bomet counties. Central Kenya will see rain starting from the fourth week of March to the first week of April and stop in the third to fourth week of May. This includes Nyeri, Embu, Murang'a, Laikipia and also Nairobi and Kiambu. The coastal strip will get rain starting from the first week of April to the third week of April and continue to June. This includes counties of Lamu, Mombasa, Kilifi, and Kwale. Generally, for most of the country, the rains will not be spread well across the coming rainy season. This means that you may get rains on some days and no rains on other days across the season. For some counties, this means a lot of rains may fall in one month and very little rains will fall in the next month. Farmers, this is climate change. We are seeing more variable rains. That is why it is important to adapt so that you'll be less affected by unreliable rainfall. Now is the best time to prepare your shamba and be ready for the planting season. This way, you'll be able to plant your crops on time as soon as the rains start. Buy inputs such as seeds and fertilizers. Plan to trap rainwater by fitting gutters on your roof, digging terraces, trenches, and water ponds or dams. For more forecast for your area, get in touch with iShamba on 0711 082 606. I am Brenda. See you next week on the Shamba Shape Up Farming News for Kenya.
With changing weather patterns, longer dry spells and little rain, we need to change and adapt on how we grow our crops. John, you don't look so happy. What's the problem?
I'm planning to plant potatoes, but the weather has been so much of a challenge.
How bad has it been?
It's supposed to be raining
right now,
but unfortunately, it is very dry.
But you know what?
Yes?
We have a reason to smile because we have an expert waiting to see how we can help out.
Oh, right, that's so good.
Let's go join him.
Okay.
Kenneth from Hello Tractor is here to help John with his challenge. He has a clever way to ensure plants get water even when the rains slow down.
I would want John to tell us what crop he did before he decides now, this time around, I'll do potatoes. What did you plant before?
The last season I had done garden pea.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is wonderful because
Yes.
garden peas really helps our soil. They are what we call nitrogen fixing crops, and they will help now your potatoes
Yes.
really do well. You really have quite a bit of knowledge on agriculture. That is wonderful. Now, first of all, Hello Tractor is a sharing app that connects the farmers like you, John, with the much needed tractor owners. We know very well where there are so many tractor owners all around you, but unfortunately you don't know where each one is at any one given point. So Hello Tractor comes in and you download an app on your phone, right? Once you download a Hello Tractor app, then you are able to see where tractors are, and you can request during the season a tractor that will come and help you work faster.
How do you help about the rainfall?
Climate change has been an issue throughout the world. So John, we can connect you with tractor owners who have specialized machinery we call reapers
Yes.
that will help you move from conventional farming which has really dealt us a blow because our soils are getting what we call hard pan. But with a ripper, you go in 30 centimeter deep and are able to plow through or rip through that hard pan. Meaning, when it rains, even if it's not going to rain so much, the water percolates down deep, and if it is potatoes, for example, they are able to be sustained throughout the season.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a wonderful solution, Tony.
Very wonderful.
We're also bringing on board other partners like soil analysts. You can have certified seeds through us. We can connect you with the right fertilizer blenders, get more yields.
What if the farmer wants to own a tractor?
Young people like you, John, have the capability of owning and managing a tractor.
Yes.
So we are saying as Hello Tractor, we can help you by providing to you an easy-to-pay tractor ownership model. We also provide you with what we call booking agents throughout Kenya, you see? So you are easily able to repay for the tractor as you go.
Owning a tractor can be a good way to not only work faster on a farm, but be a great source of income for a farmer. Wangoi, a young farmer, owns one and is here to show John how he can as well. What do you think her profession is?
Kind of a teacher also.
I'm a young farmer, a tractor owner, and a tractor operator.
At your age?
Yeah.
How do you own a tractor at your age?
Okay, first of all, I joined a group of youth where we started saving. After saving, we shared what we have saved. I also took some loan. That's how I own a tractor.
Wow.
Is it hard to learn how to operate a tractor?
No, it is really easy.
I think I would fall off a tractor, honestly. You should do it.
Yeah, I think I should.
How has the experience been so far?
I'm getting benefits, and also I can say I have employed myself.
You are your own boss.
Yeah.
And she's still doing agriculture. What are you growing there?
Potatoes.
Well, I'll leave you guys to talk about potatoes.
Let's do this.
Thank you.
All right.
As we move forward, I'll be able now to put into place all that I have been taught with the aim of maximizing on my profits and escaping losses as a farmer.
As John talks about potatoes and tractors, the future of his cowshed is looking brighter.
John is young and single, and he has to work on the farm all day. Question is, does he ever cook? Hey, John.
Yes, Carol.
How's it going?
It's fine.
It's lunchtime. Why are you not going for lunch?
First, I've not finished working. Also, my mom has gone to the forest to fetch firewood.
To come and cook for you?
Yes.
Hey, all right. There's a problem. I'll be back.
You'll be back, huh?
Okay.
We have Mercy from SCOD, who has brought an improved solar cooking solution. John gets to installing it, even though he doesn't know what it's for. It's a surprise.
As a bachelor, you have to feed from the roads. Then you just come and chip in the kitchen and see what Mama has cooked.
If you find some mutura along the way, you are there. Chapati mandondo, you are there.
Right.
And then as a young man, sometimes you want to meet your friends in the shopping center and come back home late. So you want to tell me you'll creep into mom's kitchen?
No.
So you sleep hungry?
At times.
So Shamba Chef have decided we should bring you an expert who is going to make things a bit easier for you.
Do you mean she'll give me a wife?
He's no wife. He's a successful senior bachelor.
Basically, John,
yes,
you don't have to go hungry.
Okay.
This is a system. It's a solar system that we have for you to here today.
Okay.
The battery in here is lithium.
Yes.
So it has a lifespan of up to 20 years. And then you have an electric pressure cooker based on solar, not electricity.
Okay.
In case your electricity has issues.
Yes.
Even when you don't have sunlight.
Yes.
You'll still be able to cook because power is stored inside the battery, and at night you can be able to cook. And then because it's a pressure cooker, it cooks faster than normal cook stoves.
Okay.
It's very convenient.
Yes.
Especially for a bachelor, I can hear.
Can hear the pain?
Yes, I can feel your pain. You can't use the firewood jikos.
Yes.
It's a lot of struggle for you.
Yeah.
So the electricity one is nice because you just plug in and you start cooking. It's basically buttons, just like you'll press your phone, your touch phone. Yeah?
Okay.
So you give it a command and it cooks for you.
Yes.
Whatever you want.
All right.
Yes.
Wow, that's good.
So I don't know, Mercy, are we able to cook today? You know, these young men love tumbukiza. Can we make some tumbukiza, John?
We can make it.
All right, let's do this.
It's pre-programmed, so you're not thinking, oh, how long does it take to cook meat? How long does it take to cook rice?
Yes.
You just press the rice button, the gadget itself will cook. And then once it's done cooking, it will give you a beep. It's done. But there are foods that are not here, like githeri.
Okay.
Then for githeri, you'll manually put in the time. You've come from the Shamba at 7, it's night, then you just put it in. 1 hour later, you're eating your githeri.
People love githeri around here.
Quite a lot.
So how long does mom take to make githeri?
Because I have to put it on fire in the morning. And then at around 12, that's the time you're going to check whether, you're not sure, check whether it's already cooked. Yeah.
And you have to keep on putting in the firewood.
To ensure the fire does not get out.
And also mom has to keep pouring the water, checking.
Yeah.
If it's not ready, she keeps adding more water.
More water, yeah. Going to the forest to fetch firewood at her age, it's a burden. Yeah.
So with this, then your problems are solved.
Wow.
So Mercy, if you were to compare costs, what's the advantage of using solar pressure cooker?
Once you buy it, then it's free. You don't have to think about the cost of cooking.
So how long does the charge last?
During the day when the sunlight is there, it's just cooking throughout.
Yes.
12 hours.
Okay.
Yes. When there is no charge, let's say at night, and it's fully charged, then it takes 3 to 4 hours to discharge.
Even though the purchase price may seem high, it is cost saving in the long run, and you can pay in installments over 3 years, which would amount to your monthly gas or charcoal cost. Plus, you can add 2 light bulbs and charge 2 phones. After that, it's yours to cook with for free. Our tumbukiza took 10 minutes compared to an hour when using gas.
In terms of cooking, very fast, sweet food, very convenient. Very much comfortable with this gadget.
John,
Nam.
there is no comfort here. This is not a wife.
But it is cooking so fast.
No. This is just a helper. Don't go running and telling your mom that now you have a wife. Get a wife. Then you and your wife will get help.
Shape up, done.
The entire family and the neighbors came out to see the new changes. We have put in a new roof, a dry raised floor,
New feeding and water troughs, and loads of space for the growing calves.
I have quite a lot to say. Learned a lot from the Shamba Shape Up. They have added into me a lot of knowledge, what I never knew. And being with them on my farm was the best experience I've ever had since I left school.
Goodbye.